In the quiet moments, that's where I'll find a little room to breathe, leave it all behind. Give me room to breathe, I need some time to heal my heart, to clear my mind. Gonna love myself, yeah, I believe in the power of me. Just give me room to breathe.
Hey, everybody. All right, guys, we are back. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys all for being here. How's everybody feeling this morning? All right, guys, we are back. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys all for being here. How's everybody feeling this morning? We had a little technical issues earlier, but I think we got it together now. We doing good? We can see, we can hear. There we go. All right, guys. So, great new day to all my self care family and friends. Welcome to another episode of the Room to Breathe podcast. I am your host, Life Coach 614, and I am so thrilled to have each and every one of you here with us today. Whether you are tuning in for a boost of inspiration or just a little moment of calm, you're in the right place. Now, before we dive into today's episode, just a quick reminder for you. If you are enjoying the show, don't forget to tap the screen, share the live, and make sure you comment throughout. Your support helps us to connect with more amazing people like you. And if we're not friends already, be sure to give us a follow, subscribe to our channel, so that way you never miss out on our latest content. I also encourage you to visit our website at theselfcareclub.org. There we have some awesome affirmative apparel, motivational merch, and a bunch of free resources that are designed just for you. It's all about empowering yourself and embracing your journey. No matter what challenges you are currently facing in life, know that you're not alone on this path. We are in this together, supporting and uplifting each other every step of the way. It is time for us to choose to prioritize our well being, to embrace our growth, and to find peace in the present moment. So let's get ready to breathe, reflect, and grow together. Let me see some green hearts in the chat if you are ready. many hearts. Hey, Butterfly, welcome in, love. Queen Diva, welcome in. How are you? How you doing today? Thank you, Crystal Girl. Janelle, I see you. I see you guys. How's everybody feeling today? It is Monday. It is President's Day, right? Many of the kiddos are out of school. All right, you guys. So I have a new topic for us today. It is rooted in the moment. We're going to talk about what flowers teach us about presence. What flowers teach us about presence, being present, right? Being here in the moment. So let's start with something simple. All right, something simple. I want you guys to take a deep breath and hold it in. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, we're going to take a deep breath in, hold it, and then let it go. One more time. Take a deep breath in, hold it, let it go. Right now, in this moment, I want to give you a simple idea, right? Just a simple idea. I want you to give yourself permission to be present. Give yourself permission to be present in this moment. Here's the truth about peace, you guys. Peace isn't something you find. Peace is something that you create. And today we're going to talk about how to stay present in the moment, how to let go of, the things that are weighing us down, and how to trust that we are exactly where we need to be. Exactly where we need to be. So, wherever you are, whether you're driving, walking, journaling, or just sitting with me with your thoughts, right? Know that this is the time. This is your time. So, let's dive in. I want to start by sharing a story with you about the lesson that I have learned from flowers. Yes, I said flowers, y'all. The lesson from flowers. Okay. So, a few years ago, I was carrying so much weight. So much weight. And I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Like I was stuck in a cycle of overthinking, overgiving, overcompensating. It felt like I was running on E, right? But I was still trying to pour everything into everyone around me. One day I was just sitting outside, just watching the world move around me. And I noticed the way the wind blew through the trees, right? I noticed the way that the birds flew without hesitation. And I noticed the way, the just everything was happening, right? The way that life was just moving around. And so they were doing all of these things without resistance. They were just flowing. And another thing that I remember that day was a flower, right? I noticed a beautiful flower just sitting there, right? It was vibrant, it was full of life, but the petals on the flower were beginning to fall. And at first I felt a sense of sadness, right? It felt like I was losing something. But then I realized something so profound. Flowers aren't supposed to last forever. Their job is to stay present in this moment, right? Their job is to help us stay present in the moment. See, flowers don't cling to their petals out of fear. They don't resist the changing seasons. They simply bloom in their moment, right? They bloom fully in their moment, and then they gracefully let go. And that realization shook me, right? I started thinking about how often we hold on to things that are meant to change. I started thinking about how often do we resist the natural flow of life out of fear. So I want you to ask yourself, what am I holding on to that is no longer meant for me? What am I holding on to that is no longer meant for me? You know, when you get that idea, I want you guys to hold on to that thought, right? Hold on to it because we're gonna circle back to it. We're gonna come back to it. So now that we know something, right? Let's talk about why is letting go so hard, right? Why is it so hard? Why do we have such a fear of letting go? I feel like oftentimes for us, letting go looks like we mistake it for the release as a loss, right? We take it as a loss when we let something go. We tell ourselves, if I let go of this relationship, I'll be alone. If I stop chasing this goal, I'll be a failure. If I walk away, it means I never really cared. But what if letting go isn't about losing? What if it's about making space? Space for growth, space for healing, space for what's truly meant for you. I can remember a time where, you know, I was struggling to let go of something that no longer served me. It was like an old version of myself. I, felt that letting go of it was going to change me, but maybe not for the better, right? I was scared, I was nervous. And so, the version of me that was always available but never prioritized herself. I was afraid of letting go of the version of me that lived in the past, replaying mistakes and regrets again and again. Or the version of me that feared the unknown so much that she stayed stuck. But finally, I loosened my grip and I noticed I started feeling lighter. I started feeling lighter. I began letting go and started noticing a freedom that I hadn't had before, right? I realized that it was the universe's way of telling me that it's okay, right? It's okay. It was my way of even telling the universe I'm okay, right? Letting go of the things that no longer serve me was my way of saying, you know what? I trust that what's meant for me will stay and that what isn't will fade away. So, right now, I want you to take a moment, close your eyes if you can, breathe in deeply, exhale slowly. I want you to picture yourself carrying a heavy backpack. Inside are all of the things that are weighing you down. Your old fears, past mistakes, relationships, expectations. And one by one, I want you to imagine yourself taking each item out of that backpack, just setting it off to the side. And as you're removing all of these things that no longer serve you from this backpack, I want you to feel yourself getting lighter. See, the moral of this, the lesson from this, and the truth in this is that you don't have to carry it all. A lot of times we think that we have to carry all of these things. We have to bear the burdens of our past mistakes and all of these things, but that's not the case. You don't have to carry it all. Welcome in. Hey, Pretty. Hey, Janelle. Kale. Jewel, I see you. Queen Diva. Have you guys ever tried to force something that just wasn't working? Right? Whether it was a relationship that was clearly draining you, a job that made you miserable, or a plan that just wasn't unfolding the way you wanted it to, right? It just wasn't working in the manner that you thought it would. I've been there, right? I know I'm not the only one. Y'all not gonna leave me out here by myself. I'm not the only one, right? I used to believe that if I just try harder, if I just held it together a little bit longer, that things would magically work out for me. Pretty said, and I left it in 2024. I know that's right, girl. But y'all, you know what? The more time went on, the more I resisted, the more I started to realize that it got heavier. The weight was heavier to carry. And so I learned one of the biggest lessons of my life. Flowers aren't supposed to last. Their job is to help us stay present. Flowers aren't supposed to last forever. They're just supposed to remind us to stay in the present now. See, now in life, I feel like the more I pour into myself, the more I'm beginning to understand that life is meant to change. Life is meant to change, right? We must have change. And so seasons shift, people grow, circumstances evolve, and just like a flower, our job isn't to cling. Our job is to embrace each moment for what it is. Surrendering by simply saying, I trust that what is meant for me will not miss me, right? I choose peace over control. I release what is no longer aligned with me. So let me ask you this. Where in your life are you forcing something instead of just flowing with it? Where are you trying to make things fit that don't belong? Hi, Sharia. Welcome in, love. Thank you for being here. One of my favorite things to do when it comes to this topic, you guys, and being mindful is journaling, right? And so I have a few journaling prompts that I want to give you to help you begin to dive deeper. And I encourage you to take a moment, if you're able to, maybe write some of these prompts down or make a note to yourself to come back to the podcast replay later so you can write these down. Um, but you can even just simply reflect on them in your mind. All right. For those of you who are not truly into journaling, it doesn't hurt to still ask yourself some of these questions. Question number one: what am I holding on to that is weighing me down? What am I holding on to that is weighing me down? What am I afraid will happen if I let go? What am I afraid will happen if I let go? What would my life feel like if I released this burden? What will my life feel like if I just release this burden? How can I create more space for peace in my daily life? How can I create more space for peace in my daily life? I encourage you to give yourself the gift of reflection. Sometimes the answers that we're looking for are already within us. We just need to make space to hear them. And now let's talk about some practical ways on how we stay grounded in the present moment. These are 5 simple ways that you can bring yourself back to the here and now. Obviously, the first one is breath work, right? Anytime you find yourself feeling anxious, anytime find yourself feeling nervous, or you feel like you're getting caught up in everything that's happening around you, I want you to just pause. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. By doing this, it immediately calms your nervous system. Another practical way to stay present would be start your day with a mindful morning. Instead of checking your phone first thing in the morning, take 5 minutes to breathe, stretch, pray, right? Show gratitude to the universe for another great new day, right? You could take a step further and create a gratitude routine or a gratitude practice, right? So every night, write down 3 things that you're grateful for from that day. Understand that gratitude shifts your focus from the things that you're lacking to the thing that you have an abundance of. Gratitude shifts your focus to what's good. Another way to stay present is to take a break from social media. Incorporate tech-free time in your day. Set aside at least 30 minutes a day with no screens, just you enjoying the world around you. And then lastly, a letting go ritual. Life is hard and life be lifing, okay? So at the end of each week, consider having like a letting go ritual where you spend time reflecting on what no longer serves you and you imagine yourself releasing it. Presence is practice, you guys. And like any practice, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So as we begin to wrap up, I just want to remind you guys this. And I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it. Flowers aren't meant to last. Their job is to help us stay present. Your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. So I encourage you to stop holding on so tightly. Stop trying to rush the process. Instead, trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust divine timing. Trust that life is working in your favor because it is. I hope that today's episode spoke to your heart. And if it did, share it with someone else you think could use the message. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. If you've enjoyed our time together, be sure to give us a follow, subscribe to our channel, so that way you don't miss out on the latest content. And don't forget to visit our website at theselfcareclub.org. We've got some awesome affirmative apparel and other motivational merch, including music, as well as a treasure trove of free resources designed just for you. So whether you're looking to elevate your self-care game or you just want to find a little extra inspiration to help you get through the day, know that we've got you covered. I thank you all for being a part of the Self-Care Club community, and I'm excited to connect with you all again soon. But until next time, I encourage you to keep breathing, stay positive, and remember that you will always be supported here at the Self-Care Club. Don't be afraid to take up space and make a little room for you to breathe. I pray that you all have an amazing day on purpose, filled with purpose, and I look forward to reconnecting with you again soon. Thank you.
I found my room to breathe.